Excellent. Faith child.
How are you?
I am very well. How are you today?
I'm good. I just got off stage, so like adrenaline is still pumping. I've cooled down now. You were gracious enough to offer me some glasses of water, so I feel refreshed at the moment.
Excellent. Well, we're very blessed to have you here to rap
Yeah.
and share what you did just now. So thank you very much. And
My
I hear
pleasure.
you have a phenomenal story of
Yes.
even how you came to be born.
Yes, so when my mother was pregnant with me, she went to the clinic to abort me. And Ash was in the clinic, God spoke to her for the first time. I said, don't abort the baby. And first of all, she was stunned, thinking, who on earth is that on the tannoy?
Wow.
Like, it's not a tannoy, it's actually God speaking.
Wow.
And she said, I'm a single mom, poverty, domestic violence. I already have 4 kids. How can I cope with another child? And God said, believe, have faith in me, and I'll show myself to be God. So I was a faith child.
Wow.
And I had chosen a name prior to even knowing my birth story. So God had already aligned everything to work. And I use my story to inspire people. You might be a mistake like I was a mistake,
Yeah.
but God never makes mistakes.
Excellent.
And I'm testament of that. I came through a condom and a coil. I was born with a coil in my hand, believe it or not. So
Wow.
like God really wanted me to be in this world, and I've been opportuned and humbled to perform in over 23 countries.
Amazing.
I performed for the mayor last year at his Christmas party. I've done Downing Street. I've performed at House of Lords. I've done arenas across the world. And it's just a blessing to be able to share faith and share pro-life everywhere that I go.
That's a phenomenal story, and you
Thank
obviously
you.
get to share that story when you perform.
Yeah, I share it. I share it all the time, because you never know someone who might feel worthless because they were told they were a mistake. At times, in the heat of the moment, at times parents might say, oh, you were a mistake, I never wanted you. And those words can stay with you forever. Or you might feel displaced in your house, in family and community. But being able to see someone who has made a negative situation positive, in which I was a mistake, but I was a mistake now living with purpose.
Amazing.
And I love to share that with everyone and inspire and let them know that you can beat the odds, regardless of your background, color, creed. You can still do amazing things and achieve greatness.
Fantastic. And did you face rejection at all through hearing this, that you were almost aborted?
No, thankfully not. I found out when I was 13 in a sermon. So my parents are pastors.
Wow.
So as it tends to happen at times, the family life tends to get shared in a sermon every now and again. So one day mum said, yes, I was going to abort Michael. That's the government name, Michael. So whoa, wait a minute. But I never ever felt anything about it. I didn't feel bad. I'm just happy. If anything, it made me feel even better, more special, in which my mom was going to abort me. And I'm sure many abortions have happened in the world, and some of them haven't had an intervention. But God saw it fit for me to be specially chosen amongst many others, to say, don't, I have a plan for this young gentleman. And now I'm here on the sofa, chatting with you.
It's amazing. Thank you for sharing. And
My pleasure.
I've heard of other stories of musicians and worship leaders.
Yeah.
Fred Hammond himself,
Fred Hammond, as you
failed
said.
abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah, his mum
That
aborted
is-
him. It failed. So
That is something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we thank God for your life. We
Thank
thank
you.
God that coil failed to work and you
Yeah.
came out with it in your hand. And,
Yeah.
and what kind of reaction do you get from public, from whether on stage or whether individuals, when you tell them this story, particularly people
Yeah.
who maybe are pro-choice and think abortion is okay?
A lot of them are shocked and stunned. Some of them get teary-eyed. And I think when you see the reality of abortion manifesting in front of you, it kind of makes you sit up a bit. For example, no one would assume that I was a mistake who was supposed to be aborted.
Yeah.
Because at times you'd think, oh, the abortion is just a child that's gone, it's nothing. But when you see someone that's achieved greatness, like, wow, this person nearly never existed.
Yeah.
It's something that inspires one to reconsider. A lot of people get teary-eyed when they hear it because of their own experiences with CBR around the abortion situation. So I believe it's very important that we spread the message and share it.
Yeah.
I learned that there's 9 million abortions a year in London.
Yeah.
In London.
No, sorry.
So in the UK, sorry.
There's been 9 million abortions in UK since the 1967 Abortion Act. So
That's-
every year there's 200,000. So that's 200,000 people, like yourself, that didn't make it.
Yeah. And I think that's a wild statistic. It's 900 grieving mothers, grieving fathers, grieving grandparents, and we're robbing the world of whatever greatness those 9 million people had to offer.
Yeah.
So we stand here to say pro-life.
Excellent. And obviously your message is a very positive one, you know, that your mum, you know, didn't work.
Yeah.
You're here today. But what about, you know, what kind of message would you say to maybe mothers that have been through it?
Yeah.
Fathers that girlfriends, wives have been through it. You know, what kind of message would you want them to?
Primarily, I would say there's no condemnation. And as much as we are pro-life, you have already made that decision. So I can't do anything, or neither can you, to change that. The key thing is moving forward. How can we learn from our mistakes? How can we learn from our past failures? So the key thing is, we love you. Being pro-life doesn't mean that you hate someone who has a different opinion. I think that's one thing we must understand and get clear. We stand for pro-life, but we don't hate you because you did that. It just shows your present capacity cannot contain or is not able to fathom the importance of pro-life. So I think in love we can educate. So if you have made that decision in the past, we love you through it, but now let's show you the other side of pro-life, and let's encourage you to make better decisions. Obviously, it's our bias, but encourage you to make better decisions.
So moving forward, they can be educated and make better choices, but also there'll be healing for them as well.
100% healing. I think at times a woman's body, from what I know little of the process of abortion, but I know it's not easy on a woman's body. So having to respect the woman, because the man can say, yeah, get rid of it, but it's the woman's body, and she's one that has to go through the process of change and the extraction of the child. So I would say, yeah, healing for sure. And,
even emotional.
Yeah.
And, you know,
many
forgiveness.
Things. Exactly. There's so many different spheres of how an abortion can affect one. So yeah, I would say forgiveness, heal, move forward, and let's start this journey of pro-life.
The issue of abortion, is it something, you obviously said you're a deacon of your church, is that correct?
Correct.
Your parents are pastors. Is it an issue that you hear kind of spoken of from the pulpit in the church?
To be honest, no.
Apart from your personal story?
My personal, I haven't heard an anti-abortion talk in church. But what I love about my particular church is that we have talks about everything. Have talks about love, has about sex, sickle cell, diabetes, like literally everything that pertains to life. So I think next week I might introduce the abortion conversation and see how well that goes down. I believe God, the Bible is an holistic view on how to live your life as a Christian, or even as a human being, better yet. So God is interested in every single thing. God is interested in how you manage conflict. God is interested in how you manage your finances. He's even interested in your Instagram crush. Every single thing he's interested in. And I believe abortion is up there on that list. So I believe it's a conversation worth having.
Because if we're talking, 9 million, that's 9 million human beings that have died and continue to be killed. Every year there's more and more being killed. Surely, it doesn't matter whether they're in the womb, outside the womb. God cares about their lives.
100%.
And I just wanted to ask you if you've ever seen the reality of abortion before. Have you ever seen abortion images before?
Yes, actually. Thanks, quote unquote, to Twitter. Someone had posted, and I saw it last year, and it hit me. Because when I think of an abortion, I don't think of I just think of, I don't know, like an egg for like it's just an egg somewhere. No, this was literally a fetus, a baby that size. And I couldn't believe, I had never seen it up until last year. And that really hit home. It really hit home. So yeah.
So you think it's important that people see the reality?
100%. Because I'm 29 years young. 29 years young. So it's only at 28 that I had that I'd seen that. I'm abstinent. I'm still a virgin at 29, and I believe in waiting until marriage. But if I hadn't made the decision, I probably would have had potentially gone down the route of many abortions. Because I believe being promiscuous, being sexually liberated, as it's now coined, sex leads to conception. It leads to it. So if you weigh up the odds, it's likely somewhere you might get someone pregnant. So yes, so being promiscuous and not being abstinent or whatever can lead to pregnancy. So I think that decision as well, which is led by my faith, has enabled me to be on that straight and narrow and be pro-life to the end.
Fantastic. And how have you found the March for Life? Obviously, we haven't done the march yet, but how have you found the vibe today?
It's an amazing vibe. Great speakers, great acts, great organizations in the marketplace stall area. And it's great to see so many organizations who are pro-life. Prior to maybe this year, I hadn't known about March for Life. I knew that people were I know there were organizations that were anti-abortion, but to hear of March for Life, and there are many others that also stand for the same message is beautiful. And I saw some great placards and signs which are getting ready and prepped for the march as well. So
fantastic.
It's beautiful.
And would you encourage people to come next year?
100%. 100%. This is something we need to get behind and see how much we can not just raise awareness in the streets, but also in government, in parliament, and see how we can push that agenda. One of the acts earlier on said that in Ireland, where they are, I think they want to introduce the abortion act.
They're just about to do a referendum.
So it's presently illegal. Exactly. So now they want to introduce that. And I think with such causes like March for Life, I believe maybe we can raise enough awareness and have a strong enough voice to overturn whatever decision they might want to make to bring abortion to play.
Excellent. And do you think that's important for maybe our viewers that are Christians to be a part of that?
Yeah, I believe God is pro-life. So I believe if God is for something, we should stand for it as well. So I believe it's part of our duty as believers to have the heart of Christ. Whatever burdens God should burden us. So if God is pro-life, I believe we too in turn should be pro-life.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Any further comments you'd like to add, Faith Child?
I just want to say thank you for having me and ensure that you stay connected and tuned to March for Life. Check out their website, support it, tell a friend, and make sure next year we see you on the front line marching for pro-life. Life from conception, no exception.